Hello YouTube, this is Envo here. So tomorrow we will get the limited edition hero, the new anniversary hero, Murong Jing. And you probably clicked this video because you are curious if you should pull him or not. And I will just tell you straight away without wasting your time. Yes, you should definitely try to pull for him if you do have any shards left over. Even if you have, let's say, 3 to the guaranteed, then you should definitely still try to go for him. And the same as me here, I have 3 until the next one, so I'm not at the pity. I will try my best to get him, and if you are at pity, definitely go for him. And that is both for free-to-play players and also for people who spend money. You should go for this guy, and I'll tell you why. And the reason is that even at E0, which means the first copy you get, no other copies, no exclusives, no nothing, he is very viable, especially in PvE content. And it's all because of this ability here called Sword Guardian. Now, what the Sword Guardian does is actually it reduces the basic attack damage and skill damage taken by up to 50%, because you get 15 additional reduced damage from the books. And it's going to be on a 3 turn cooldown, and it has a 4 turn buff duration. So in theory, if your Murong Jing is the fastest on your team, then you will have a 100% uptime on this buff. Now, I know some heroes do take double turns like Indra and Dianmu, so for Saka City they might not have 100% uptime on this buff, but it's definitely better with a 4 turn buff than a 2 turn duration buff on a 3 turn CD. And this might actually mean that Indra and Dianmu taking double turns will not mean that much in the greater scheme of things, right? So other than that, his basic attack also reduces damage up to 3 layers, and it's on a 3 turn debuff duration, which means that's pretty huge, right? You can probably stack this to 3 layers pretty easily with maybe Ben Austin, or maybe with some other counter-attack heroes like Catherine, and then you'll stack this one, and you'll reduce it by 45% direct damage and dot damage. That is also huge. So if you combine that direct damage and dot damage, which is basically every damage type in the game, and you combine that with the 50% reduced damage on basic attack or skill damage, you can imagine that in dungeons the bosses will be hitting you a lot less. So you will be taking a lot less damage, and therefore you will survive probably, and that might mean that you will get some huge progression in both Elemental Cloister, in Purgatory, in dungeons, in Elemental City. If you haven't cleared that, every PvE content you will get more progression for sure. 7 sins as well, because this guy is also mandatory for 7 sins, obviously, for the Saka City with the internal injury damage tag, because he gives the entire team stealth. At the moment people are using either Luna or Panda or some other champions who can give the team stealth, and they would rather have that and then miss out on the, I think it's like 90% damage reduction when you don't have 5 from the same tag. But because Indra is so broken together with Dianmu, people can still make it work with like Luna and stuff like that, Luna, Lydia and those. But this one will just make it so you can use your internal injury team and do 7 sins boss, because you get the stealth and you get damage reduction, which is huge for that content as well. So then your Indra can just go ham, he can just nuke because you have the damage reduction to sustain it, and he will do all the damage. And yeah, definitely try to go for Murong Jing. He is not the free legendary hero, but he's on Miracle Wishes. It's for 14 days, and you should have time to maybe try and get at least 1 copy. I mean, at least one try, and then just pray for the gods if you are not at the pity range than just pray for the gods, right? Other than that, he also have this thing called a life barrier, this buff here, and he gets it from the get-go actually. At the beginning of his turn, he gets this buff here, and what life barrier does is actually give him a buff for 9 turns, where he's immune to CC, like control effects and stuff like that. So that is good in PvP, right? You cannot freeze him or stun him for the first 9 turns. And other than that, he's going to heal. He's going to heal based on his leech, and there is a formula here. I am not going to try and even figure out how much it is, but I can tell you that from my Discord community that I'm a part of in the Bushido, people have calculated it, and we should be able to hit these numbers here. I think 70 is the cap, so to say, but that is based on you having the exclusive one here, where he gets another 30% leech for free. And so we'll just have to test him out, right? See how much leech you need, how much defense and stuff like that. He's not affected by healing effect or healed effect, which is a shame, because we do have a lot of Devour gear with healing effect on it, and that would have been nice to be able to use that for someone, but apparently not, so it doesn't really matter. But he's not going to do a lot of damage before exclusive 3 is what people are saying. It's kind of hard to test him in the trial arena. We can do that, but the thing is not really, it's not like testing him in a serious and real environment, because you don't have auras, you don't have echoes, I believe, and yeah, you're missing out on a lot of buffs and debuffs and unique stuff that he will be synergizing with. So, but anyways, after that, the life barrier is 1 turn of life barrier. He will start to gain some mastery instead. So basically, he starts out being very tanky, and then as the fight goes on, he gets more and more mastery, and he will be doing more and more damage, and that is also huge. And other than that, he also got some HP deduction effect, which is kind of unique for this kind of team here. So he might be good in some kind of tanky stall team in arena, where you're just going with a Sun Wukong and maybe a Henge, and you're just trying to slowly kill people or not die in the 300 turn duration on your defense, and then maybe you are deducting HP enough from the enemies that you can one-shot them with Sun Wukong skill 4 or something like that. And yeah, so he is a very strong hero. I would definitely pull for him, and I am going to pull for him, and I hope I get a copy of him. I can only do maybe 1 or 2 tries, depending on if I get any non-pity luck. We will see about that. So, but to everyone who has the pity ready, congratulations on getting this hero. You should definitely get him. He will skyrocket your progression in PvE and perhaps in PvP as well, at exclusive 0 for sure. So the other one, and this one we'll get in next week, I believe, for free, is Shao Yun. And we will get this lady here for free just by logging in, I believe, or playing the game or do some quests or something like that in the next week when the anniversary starts on Monday. And then sometimes in that week we'll get this lady here for free on area account. And she is also very interesting actually. She has a unique passive here where it says she is considered to have counter attack as long as she is alive, and that is kind of huge, because it just means that yes, she'll counter attack anytime you hit her. And she has one issue though, is that she consumes the stance value all the time, and so she does need some exclusives, because at exclusive 2 then every time she counters actually reduces the CD of the bamboo vitality for 1 turn, and it's on a 3 turn cooldown. So you want to have this one reduced, and the reason why is because it says here in this one, immune to control effects and doesn't consume stance value when counter attacking. I can show you in trial arena quickly, just to show you how she works and why it's an issue. If you go here and we just say okay, exclusive 0, and we just give her some stats here so she doesn't die. Let's just give her some stuff here and restart with this. Let's see here. So now you can just see how it goes here. So she's getting hit and she will be losing stance value like every other Saga City hero, and then while she also counter attacks, she will also be losing stance value. So as you saw there, she loses a turn. Now I've put her speed to 4000, right? So it looks like she's just attacking all the time. She's really not. She has one turn where she just stands and recuperates her stance value. This is the turn, so you can see that. And then she goes on and on and on. Now if we have to let's say, if we have to compare her to someone, we can compare her to Mosi from the Saga City Alliance. I believe they both scale with attack and with mastery, so I'm going to put both on exclusive 3 here. I'm going into battle, and now there is a trick here that I will be using. This one is with you. If you say sync data, it will take the stats on your current character if you have it. Now on this one I cannot do it because I do not have her. However, I can move it around. I can just go in here, restart with current settings, confirm. Then I go to line up, I move these two around here, I do a battle again, and you can see now that I've done that. Shao Yun has my Mosi stats, and I'll just go and sync data on my Mosi. So now both of them have the same stats and both are E3. I've just put her up to E3 just to test it out. So let's see what happens at E3. Let's see how her damage scales compared to Mosi, who just recently got some buffs. And obviously Shao Yun is counter attacking everyone here, and she's applying provoke, as you can see from her basic attack. She's also applying now the severe wound on E3 and less shielding on the weakness debuff, and she's applying a internal injury on everyone that she is counter attacking. So this is just to show, like, okay, how does it work in reality? Because she's provoking everyone on her basic attack, they will hit her, they will continue to hit her, and every time they do that, she will counter attack them. So it's kind of clever mechanic, and I'm just need to see if it has a chance. Yeah, it has a 40% chance only to inflict the provoke, so you might need some effect hit on her just to be sure that you're landing the provoke, because that is kind of clever, because then you are getting the extra attack in for sure, and you can maybe just chain the provoke or something like that, because every time you counter attack you also get a chance to do the provoke, right? So that might mean you are getting a lot of that. Let's see, now it's run for like 1 minute. Let's see the damage here. Yeah, so as you can see here, Shao Yun actually is doing twice the damage of Mosi with the same exact stats and gear as Mosi, and I thought Mosi was strong, but clearly you can see this lady here is stronger, at least over time, and that makes me curious, like, how would she be in a new team? Like, let's say we do a fresh account next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday, when we have the opportunity to get her, or maybe this Friday. It depends if she is going to be like a sign-in hero, and if it's going away on the next Friday, because the anniversary event is from Monday to Friday, I believe. So if she goes away before next Friday, then you'll have to do an account this Friday to try and get her on your account. Perhaps she can clear the campaign, perhaps she can help with it at least. She could be strong, she could be very fun to test out to see how strong she is at clearing the campaign as a free to play. So it might be a good time to start your new account this Friday here tomorrow. Also because next week will be anniversary and you'll get a exclusive Dragon Eye, you'll get free heroes, you'll get free, like all kinds of cool stuff thrown at your face in the next week or so. So definitely go for that. Now it's run even more, and you can see here now she's doing triple the damage of Mosi after a few minutes of game time. So that is like because she's counter attacking every time, right? So anyway guys, that was a long video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope tomorrow that you get the limited hero that you want, and if not, then I hope you get some of the other ones that are good on the banner, because the banner is actually pretty decent. There are some good heroes on the banner tomorrow. So anyways guys, don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and see you tomorrow. Cheers, bye.